edition of the Ramble on Reactions. Sitting next to me is handsome Dan Knox.
Sitting right over there is clever Eric Muller.
Now, Dan, you recently got a chance to see an advanced screening of a movie that brought you to your knees, ooh.
We didn't even make it all the way through the intro. I like it. I mean, it brought you to your knees too, because full disclosure, you were going to go with me and... No! Stomach bug. So we had screening passes. I took another good friend of the show, Jim, went to the screening with me, and we went with cuddler extraordinaire Nate Zobel.
Cuddler and writer extraordinaire.
And writer extraordinaire. I mean, it could be both cuddler extraordinaire, writer extraordinaire, all of the above.
No,
extraordinaire.
he's both.
He's both, right. Yeah. But I mean, I'm giving him extraordinaire on both of them.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just expounding. So... He didn't go. I went and saw Jumanji a couple nights ago.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the Jungle. 2. I guess you can call it 2. It just shits all over Robin Williams' legacy. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't happen.
Oh, I was about to say, really? Wow.
This full spoilers. No, I'm totally 100% kidding. I went into it, you've seen the trailers, you know where this movie's going. Things happen. It's a body swap film, although in the first Jumanji... Everything happens in the real world, and it's kind of everything coming out into...
This one's happening in the video.
This is happening actually in the video game. So you get a solid first act. You're introduced to these high school characters. You get a couple of cameos from like, oh, I know that guy. From like literally, you'll see that about almost every other actor who pops up in the first act of the film. You're like, I know them, and then you got the high school kids. And then you get into the land of Jumanji, which is, as you've seen from the trailers, you get your movie stars, you get The Rock, you get Kevin Hart, you get Jack Black, you get Karen Gillan. And it's so much fun watching what they do. Like, the Freaky Friday movies and whatnot, I feel like have been done to death at this point. But this is a really good take on it. I could watch a full movie, and I did, of Jack Black acting like a high school girl. Like... It's kind of, you chuckle in the trailer and you laugh out loud in the movie. Like, nice. It's really well done. And The Rock, I had a thought about this too, watching the film. We're getting a different type of, like, action hero. This isn't your Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis still like, I came here to clean house. Like, he's actually, like, advancing as an actor, and it's really kind of cool to watch all these movies where it's like, you still get him in, like, Fast and the Furious movies, where he's still that guy. But then you get, like, Central Intelligence in this, where he's, like, he has a fully formed character, and you're kind of like, this is a lot of fun to watch. And the moment of the trailer that plays really well in the movie, where he's just like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Once you get to, like, I'm not going to go too much into spoilers, but you get into, like, other little attributes that each character has, it's a lot of fun. If you like Kevin Hart, he's Kevin Hart. It's really not that much. I was going to say, he seems like the only guy who's not really stretching his acting chops in this one. No, he's pretty much Kevin Hart. It's kind of Rock has a character. Jack Black is doing great. Karen Gillan is playing a character as well. She is. She has, like, she's the awkward, nerdy girl, and she has some really funny moments. There's some really good scenes involving her. A lot of action involving her as well, and The Rock. And then it's a fun adventure story that's like a fantasy thing. Nick Jonas is in this too, which I was kind of surprised by. I'll be like, oh, hey, there's Nick Jonas. I'm surprised you know which Jonas brother it was. I didn't. I turned to Nate in the middle of the movie and I go, is that a Jonas brother? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So I had no idea who it was until... Answer that question. Until the credits. But no, this, it was... Oh, also, fun fact, and this one of the reasons, and I told you, it explains one of my... reasons for liking this, written by one of the head writers and producers of Community. So you do get some of that meta humor in there. Nice. And it's not like, it's not dumbing down anything. Like, the only thing they kind of walk you through is this is probably the best video game adaptation we've ever had. Because it's not a video game movie, but it's a video game movie. It's a video game movie. They're playing a video game in the movie, but then, like, that's how they propel the plot, where it's like video game rules essentially. And again, not spoiling anything, but yeah. All right. Any real negatives with this film? Not really. I mean, once you're kind of bought into it, there's nothing really, like, if you get the premise and you're along with the premise, there's not a lot that's going to take you away from it. Okay. Some of it, like, you could say a section or two lasted or dragged a bit, but I found most of the time it was pretty, like, there's not a lot of fat on this movie. Like, they kind of go from one thing to the other pretty quickly. So, alright, so a movie with Jack Black doesn't have a lot of fat to it, so Dan, hey, I'm chunky too. Dan, grade this movie. I'll give it an A-. The only reason I won't go higher is because I've seen so many good things this year. But this was a very, very, very entertaining time at the movies. I would say I shared a thing on Twitter. Somebody was commenting and be like, "Did you see it already about Jumanji?" And it was like, "Will Jumanji or what else? There's a bunch of stuff coming out this weekend."
Oh yeah, like all the other.
It was like, "Will any of this knock off Star Wars?" And my response was just, "No, it won't. It's a good time at the movies, but it's not going to knock off Star Wars." But yeah, this is one we're seeing in theaters. It got some fun, some spectacle. There's something in it for everybody.
All right. Well, that was Handsome Dan Knight getting his thoughts on Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Please let us know. As always, please love, comment, share, and subscribe. Sitting next to me, as always, is Handsome Dan Knight.
That's clever, Eric Mahler.
Acres away. Ramble on.
Ramble on.